crafty friends, Jen Cascell here. I am back with another design team project share and tutorial for Scrap Diva Design. This is the arched box that you might have seen during my December release video. There was an overwhelming response that you really wanted to see this tutorial, so I'm super excited to share it with you. As always, here is her website and all of her info on the back. Please make sure to use that hashtag Scrap Diva Designs for some amazing inspiration. And if I've inspired you in any way, please feel free to use my coupon code JEN10 for 10% off your purchase at the shop. I super appreciate everyone who uses my coupon code and affiliate link. I do get a small kickback that helps me to continue to create the things that I love to do. So today we are going to be focusing on two dies from the shop. To create this box, I have used the card making and box making made easy, as well as the double stitched arch set. This was both of these honestly were unexpected faves of mine from the new release. I was genuinely surprised. So when I saw this die set, all I saw was this portion right here. I didn't see this until I actually got them in the mail. And this is really what you're buying. Like this is what you want. It really does make going over curved edges super, super simple when you're creating boxes, as well as cards as well. I mean, this is going to be great for cards, and I did use them for the boxes. This double stitch set, what I thought was really cool about it is not only do you get the interior stitching when you do your base. So you've got this stitched edge, but you also have a stitched edge on the outside, so you can use it as a recess as well. I thought that was kind of cool. This is my original box. I used Miss Kate Christmas Joy for this. So pretty. I love this collection. I'm not normally one for traditional Christmas, but this collection has my heart. So the interior of my box, I probably could put something on the inside. I was kind of scrambling to get this done for my release video, but we can take care of that at a later date when I probably give it away. So this is the second box. This is the box that we're going to be making today. So pretty. This is Miss Kate too. This is Miss Kate Home for the Holidays that came out this month, or last year, I should say. Absolutely love the set. I did add some pom-pom trim to it. Super, super cute. Here's the interior of my box. I did make this one a lot larger. This tutorial is going to work regardless of what size box you want to make. So I made this 1.5. I made this 2 inches. So pretty generously sized. And you could use, I mean, we're going to be focusing on the 2 largest arches from this set, but you could use this for any size box. You could use smaller arches to create like just a tiny little trinket box, and that would be really cute as well. Stay to the end of this video because I do have a sneak peek of another project that I created using this double stitched arch set, and oh my goodness, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to show you guys. I was up until like 2 o'clock in the morning working on that bad bear, but I'm so proud of it. I can't wait to show you guys. So if you're interested to see how I created this, stay tuned. Okay, the components that you're going to need to make the largest arch shape box, which is what I'm doing here, are as follows. However, you can use the same process to make whatever size arched box you want to complete. But for me, I mainly used the 2 largest arches in the box. And I have cut the larger one. I've cut out of solid cardstock 3 times. This is going to be the background of my shaker, so I cut that in pattern paper as well, so you'll need 4 total. And then I've also cut 3 of the next size, the smaller, in pattern paper that are going to cover the interior and the back of my box. In addition to, you're going to need some double arches here. So to do this, I just took my 2 arches and I place them face down on my mat like this, you are going to want to really take your time to make sure that you have everything lined up properly. And then I use some mint tape to tack it down and then place my paper underneath and ran it through that. You're gonna get, I used 2, so I have one right here and I've already connected it to my acetate piece for my shaker. So this is gonna be the front of my shaker. And then I've also run it through with some large foam. And once again, I've already put some double-sided tape on that I'm going to use for the shaker portion myself. You could also use, I like to use my Barely Art foam strips for shakers as well. In fact, I did do it on this box here, but it's totally up to you however you want to make your shaker. For the card making and box making easy, you do have 2 sheets in here. So you're going to want to cut, I just cut all of these. I put them all on the same. I have a large mat that I use when I'm doing like serious die cutting. So I just cut all of these. You're not going to need them, especially, you know, if you're making a smaller box, but I just wanted to have them just in case, because no matter how many times I make this box, I kind of do it a little differently each time. You're also going to want some strips of paper for the sides of your box. So for the lid of my box, this one is 1 1/4. I've cut 2 of them, and then I did my overlays at 1 1/8. For the bottom of my box, I'm making this one a little thicker than my other one. I did 2-inch strips with 1 7/8 overlays. And for this one, I believe I just did this at 1 inch and then 1 1/2. So it's totally up to you however size you want to make your box. So once you have everything together, let's start making our box. So to save time, I've already glued together my interior to the box exterior. So you will have that extra one here. I'm just going to set this one aside. This is going to be the back of my box. It's going to sit like this. I'll set this one to the side. This is going to be the top of my box, so I'm going to set this one aside. This is going to be the interior of my box. Going to be this piece right here. All right. With this one, we want to make this slightly smaller, and this is how I did it. I'm just going to take my scissors and I am going to trim right along the stitched line. You're not taking a whole lot off. You're just essentially giving it a little bit of a shave. Don't go past the stitching. So when I give it a shave, this is what it looks like. You can still see the stitched layer around. So I've pulled out some of my solid strips and some of my tab strips. So when I cut these, I didn't really care how much length I had for the larger, because we're going to be covering this up. So don't get hung up on measurements. As you can see, this one is a little thicker than this one. Doesn't matter. We just need these for brackets. And I've pulled some of these strips as well, lining this up right here on the side. And I'm going to use liquid glue for this. And just grab that point and make sure to press down with your bone fold. I'm going to grab my scissors and trim right at that edge, and I'm going to come in and cut it at an angle. So we have this right here. I like to save these because I piecemeal when I'm doing boxes like this. Once again, you're not going to be able to see your brackets, so don't get hung up on what it looks like. So I'm going to come over and I'm going to grab one of my shorter brackets, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. Glue the entire thing and hook it at the corner. Now I'm going to grab one of my tab strips, and I'm going to glue a couple tabs at a time for this. Do the first 4. Start there. Line it up. I'm covering that angle there. So you've got them overlapping just a little bit. And then I'm going to start pushing it in and using my bone folder to really make sure that that is tight. Use your finger to kind of pinch it against the tip of your bone folder. And I'll just do the rest of my tabs now. Now I'm going to take the time to pinch these two together, and I'm going to grab my other tab. And if you wanted to, you could just do a short amount of tabs over here and do the rest in the straight. But I'm just going to grab my whole tab device. Now I'm going to take this tab and line it up with the corner. It just makes it a little easier on yourself when you're cutting and making sure all of these tabs line up. Once again, use a little glue to pinch these together. And as you can see, don't worry about this edge. These are just brackets. We're going to cover them. I'm going to use my scissors to cut it at an angle and take that last tab off. Now I'm going to take my first of the larger of the two strips, and I'm just going to fold it over and create, this is about 1.25 inch tab that I'm using. Just folding it. I'll use my bone folder to get a really good crease. You could also use your scoring board if you want to, but it's not really necessary. I just like to eye mine up. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of glue and place it on this tab. Line up my corners. Make sure that is really solid before turning it. Now I'm going to bring it over, and then just using my thumb, give it a little mark at that tab, or at the end of this long piece right here. I'm just going to use my thumb to kind of give it a little pinch so I know where. And once again, I'm just going to fold at that pinch. Grab your glue. Just pinch it. Okay, grab your glue again, run some glue along this bracket that we've created. Use your thumbs to just kind of pinch. And then just keep using your thumb and forefinger to pinch on that bracket. Make sure that you really get close to the edge. You can even set it down to make sure that this is flush with your surface. Now I'm going to bring that last tab in, and I want it to overlap just a little bit just to give it some stability. So I'm going to overlap it by about 1 inch, 1.25 inches. I'm going to start pinching to that surface, working my way around. Now, before I go too much further, I am going to just kind of measure up a little bit and cut my excess off before continuing to pinch down on this bracket. Now, when I am doing striped paper, I really like to make sure that everything is lined up. Like I don't want there to be an interruption in my stripe. So I'm actually going to glue my stripe down before I apply it to my pattern. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue and then line up my stripe. Now I can start fitting my pattern paper inside. And I'm going to do the same thing. I am going to just create a little tab right here and then measure. I'm going to need about to here. As you can see, I don't really like to measure. It's not my thing. That'll fit perfect. And then bring this around. See where I'm going to need to cut off, which is right about here. And then glue it inside. And then I like to use my bone folder and just put the box on its side. And you can go around and really make sure that that is solid to your piece. Now, as you can see, I'm taking a couple extra strips of paper that I've already put together because once again, they are stripes. And I'm doing the outside of my box this time. You don't have to do the outside of your box. It's certainly just fine if you don't, but I like to add a little extra to it. And this does give a little added stability. So it's up to you if you do this. You don't have to because it is nicely seamed on the outside of your box. Now I'm going to flip my box over and I'm going to put the exterior of it on. Remember, we've only shaved just the tiniest portion off our box. So you're not even going to notice the little lip from the full size because I am not trimming the back portion down. And then I'll flip it over and really press down with my bone folder. Okay, once again, I'm going to start with, I need this face up, even though it's going to lie like this, all right? And I'm going to take my glue and line up your corner. Use your scissors to trim and cut an angle. I'm gonna go ahead and grab one of these, add the glue directly to my tab, and place down. Now I'll start with some of my tabs. I think I'll grab the longest one first. And I'll do a couple tabs just to get me going. Remember, I'm overlapping that first tab just to give it some stability. Grab another set of tabs. Make sure that you glue that seam together. It looks like I'm going to be just a tad short in this one, and that's okay. I kept this. All right, we got the beginning of our box. Once again, I'm gonna make that fold to about an inch. Sorry, I had to pause for a second there. I got myself a little paper cut so I don't bleed all over. But now I'm grabbing my 1 1/4 inch strip of paper and I did the 1 inch fold on the side, and that's going to be my base. So once again, grab my liquid glue and go all along that long bottom bracket. I'm just marking where I want my next fold with my thumb, and then adding more glue to my brackets. These box making strips would be awesome to do large shakers too. You could turn just about anything into a large shaker. Okay. All right. We have this. Now we can add our pattern paper to it. Once again, I'm just going to kind of come in and measure. Okay, and I'll do the exact same thing. I'm going to cover the exterior of my box, and I'll be right back. Okay, while I was finishing up the exterior of my box, I decided to add some pom-pom trim to this. Thought that could be cute. Now I've grabbed all of my shaker components. I'm going to start by applying this one last large arch. And then I'm going to flip it over and use my bone folder. Now I'm going to grab my foam layer. And once again, you can run your double arch through your Sizzix if you want to get a piece like this, or just go ahead and use some cubies. Cubies are actually my favorite way of making shakers. And I like to seal my shakers, so I'm gonna go around and just using my hot glue gun. I'm not leaving a large bead of glue by any means. I'm just using my hot glue gun to run around that edge and catch any open spots. And I'm gonna kind of use a little mix. This I had in my stash, so I'm gonna go ahead and use what I have left of that. And I really like to use, people ask me all the time what I use for my shakers. So I use nonpareils all the time, love them. They're great fillers and they're cheap. And sugar doesn't really go bad, especially, you know, when it's airtight and not getting, you know, exposure. So it's not like anybody is eating them. And I like some of these larger ones as well. And I did grab some cute little clay Santas from my stash that I'm going to add to it. I'm really going to make this a full shaker. Add just a little of these. And I have some light pink ones too that I think will look good in there. Now let's grab, I've already cut, this is my acetate layer as well as one of my double-sided or arched shaker. So I've added some double-sided tape to this. I really prefer using double-sided tape with acetate. I do reinforce it, but I do love using it together. I'm gonna kind of give that a little shake, make sure that it's flat, you don't have any big pieces poking up, and gently lay your shaker. Okay, this is so cute. This is a fun one. All right, so I'm gonna flip it and press it down, and once again, I'm gonna use my hot glue to seal those edges. I am not leaving a large thing of glue. I'm just gently going over these sides to make sure that they are sealed. Okay, so I ended up adding a second layer to my pom-pom trim. I love how that turned out. Super, super cute. What a fun little shaker. Now we're going to decorate. So I definitely pulled, this is the Santa Baby embellishment that I made. You saw this during the December release video. This is with the Christmas 2024 sentiment set that I collabed with Erica for, and I absolutely love it. I think this will be perfect. I don't normally fussy cut, but this image was cute enough that I really wanted to do it. This is from the Home for the Holidays pack from Miss Kate, and I just fussy cut this little Santa. I also made a really, really pretty poinsettia. So can we just all take a minute to appreciate the beauty of this large poinsettia die that came out this release? Oh my gosh, it is absolutely gorgeous. So I do really want to do a tutorial to show you how I do stamens in a die that's like super, super delicate like this. I did pull a couple more poinsettias that I just kind of found in my stash. I have some snowflakes here that I thought could be cool. I pulled a little candy cane. I pulled a couple candy canes. I'm not sure. I'm just going to play right now. Here is some pine sprigs that I saw in my stash as well. I thought this green was really nice. I did this pine. I did some holly over here. I did some in silver as well. Those 3 leaves that I absolutely love. So I'm just going to play. So now I'm going in with some faux snow, and I'm just going to brush some on. I do like to go a little heavy with my snow. It's a personal preference, but I do love the look of it. Okay, so here she is. So good. Love how it turned out. Great box. So much fun. So as promised, if you stick to the end with me, I am going to show you my next tutorial with the double stitched arch. Oh my gosh. So I can't take credit for this idea. Erica actually sent this to me and was like, we could do this. And I was like, yes. So your double stitched arch can also be a mailbox. Oh, right. So this actually just kind of started as a prototype. When I do the tutorial, because I am going to do a tutorial on this, I am going to make some minor adjustments to this. So this is my first one, but I really liked how it was turning out, and even though it was just a prototype, I just wanted to finish it up. Here is the side, so you can kind of get a more clear view. Here's the back, so you can kind of get a better idea. I use the wavy tag to do the, you know, the hinge on the mailbox that goes up, and oh my gosh, just gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I love this box. So I love this set. I'm super, super impressed with it. So thank you so much for watching. I super, super appreciate it. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Once again, here is the website and all of her info on the back. If I've inspired you in any way, please feel free to use my coupon code JEN10 for 10% off your purchase at the shop. I super appreciate all of the love and support you guys have shown. You really just make my day when I am reading the comments and, you know, the people that reach out. Thank you. Thank you so, so, so much. But if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more crafty content. I'll see you in the next crafty video. Bye!